Anything like me, you've been a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's since it released in 2014. And over the span of the last 10 years, we've seen a lot of different games, fan art, and content made by Five Nights at Freddy's. To go along with it, of course, we've also seen plenty of Five Nights at Freddy's content creators out there. We've also seen some of them get big, like 8-Bit Ryan and Dawko, just to mention a few. Markiplier is probably the biggest FNAF YouTuber out there, as he was really the one that put Five Nights at Freddy's on the spot whenever he uploaded his first video on it. Not to mention also the game theorists literally blew up because of Five Nights at Freddy's and made that channel what it is to this day pretty much because of the game. So not only was there plenty of FNAF content to go around, there was also a lot of good FNAF content creators to go around as well. However, some of these creators still aren't around to this day. At least they are, just not making FNAF related content. Some of these creators either just completely quit on YouTube altogether or decided to move on to a different entity of video games. As I said in my previous video of the man pretending to be a fake Five Nights at Freddy's employee, I'm going to consider 2014 still as year one for the FNAF universe. And this year one, not only did a fake employee, you had a lot of good content creators that we haven't seen to this day. So go ahead and sit back, grab yourself some popcorn, and let's look at some of the forgotten FNAF content creators. Kicking off this list is, in my opinion, the best forgotten FNAF content creator out there, and that is XX Pro Class Gamer XX. He came around not long after FNAF originally had released, and if you're familiar with this content, you know it's all about FNAF. Anything special about this? No, not really. In all honesty, it's just a guy talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. But something about him just felt a little bit different. Whenever the game came out, I was only 10 years old. So I definitely was watching a lot of different YouTubers play this game. And just something about this guy stuck out. And I have a feeling I'm not the only person that felt this way. At this moment, he has 204,000 subscribers. And it's safe to say that Five Nights at Freddy's was a pretty big reason it's a success for his channel. His first ever video on the channel came 10 years ago, titled New Easter Egg 1987 plus New Update. And basically in here he talked about the bite of 87 and how it was a real Easter egg. This put him on the map. The video only has 63,000 views, but the next one is what really popped off, which was Five Nights at Freddy's 97000-2 Easy, where basically he plays custom night mode where he has everything set at 0 mode, which makes it ridiculously easy because the animatronics don't even hardly move on that mode. But the biggest video that he had yet to date was called Infinite Energy Power / Cheat Hack, which has 1.1 million views. At this point in time, everybody definitely started subscribing to this guy and realizing that he makes a lot of FNAF content and that they're a pretty big fan of him, me being one of them. Eventually, he ended up moving on from just playing the Five Nights at Freddy's game to actually talking about it. Not only was he talking about it, he was pretty much debunking any of the theories that were happening back in the day, talking about Golden Freddy, the bite of 87, 420 mode, 1987 mode, the list goes on. And then as he was talking about this and uploading videos, FNAF 2 started coming out. So he started talking about the designs and all the teasers that were laid out, also talking pretty much about the second game. He was basically just a pretty good commentator for what was up and coming for Five Nights at Freddy's. He was making this FNAF related content all the way up until the 4th game, but there was a downfall to his channel, and it wasn't exactly known at first. There was a video he uploaded, we got a new pet, and in the video it was shown that he had a pet chicken. And nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but this chicken kinda was the demise of his channel in a way. Eventually, the videos kept coming, and he was doing really good on the channel. He was getting a lot of views, had a pretty good fan base, and has over 200,000 subscribers. So where did he go? Well, his latest video he had uploaded was titled Chica is Dead, We Will Miss You. And in this video, he basically talks about how his pet chicken named Chica ended up passing away and he doesn't know how, and how hard it affected his life. And it must have affected him pretty hard because he completely stopped uploading at this point. He did start re-uploading a couple months ago with a video titled Hey, It's Been a Long Time, but these videos don't seem to be popping off and it doesn't seem like his fan base really ended up sticking around. The ones that did end up sticking around, like me, are only really here for the nostalgic stuff. But XX Pro Class Gamer really did stand out over other FNAF content creators at the time. Something about him just felt so relatable. Even though we don't even know what he looks like, we can hear in his voice, so he can hear it in everything that he does. He's a big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, and something about him just clicked with us young people watching the videos at the time. Whether it was some of the theories talking about what was going on through the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, or some of the hacks that would help me out, or just even tips and tricks on how to beat some of the hardest nights in the game, XX Pro Class Gamer definitely was a pro in my opinion. And I have a feeling that if he would have stuck around after Five Nights at Freddy's 4, that he could have been just as big as Dawko or 8-Bit Ryan, and potentially may have even have met Scott Cawthon, or maybe even be in one of the Five Nights at Freddy's movies. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, as it seems like he's kind of faded into obscurity right now, and nobody's really watching his content anymore, which really sucks, because even though he's coming back and he's been gone for a long time, he's still a pretty good YouTuber and a pretty good guy. But XX Pro Class Gamer looks like he may be done with Five Nights at Freddy's, and hopefully gets his channel back on the ground and going as it should. Now, this next creator is a little bit more of a controversial one. I'm sure at some point in time you have all heard of this creator. And this person is none other than Smike. If you're unfamiliar with who Smike is, let me clue you in. Smike started out YouTube originally as a Skyrim content creator. He was basically making different videos of Skyrim, and for some reason, they were getting a lot of views. In fact, over the course of just less than a year, he ended up hitting 10,000 subscribers just off of his Skyrim content, which was very unusual, but I guess Skyrim was pretty popular back in the day. For a long time, and for the first couple years of his channel, he pretty much stayed solely on that content. It wasn't until he uploaded a video titled All Secret Screens in Five Nights at Freddy's did this video absolutely blow up. To this day, it has 1 million views, and was pretty popular because he uploaded it not that long after the second Five Nights at Freddy's released. And Fnaf was a pretty up-and-coming topic and was growing dramatically, so Smike, as usual, decided to partake in a little bit of this, and he started uploading a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's videos. His next video was Night 8 proof and gameplay for the second Fnaf, but his biggest video he uploaded was titled Top 10 Rare Screens in Five Nights at Freddy's. This video has 4.6 million views to this day, and I'm sure back in the day it had just a couple over 1 million back then, so at this point a lot of people were looking towards Smike, and not long after he started doing FNAF content, he ended up hitting 200,000 subscribers. So a lot of people were starting to gravitate towards this guy, much like XX Pro Class Gamer that I mentioned earlier. In just over the course of a month, he had gained over 200,000 subscribers just from FNAF content alone, but there was a little bit of a problem that was related to there. And Smike even admitted to this himself, that he had never even played Five Nights at Freddy's.
Now I do have to admit something to you guys. I've never actually played Five Nights at Freddy's before. I know that my channel, I do a lot of videos on this game, but I've never actually played it, to be honest. I never even installed the game because I'm too scared. I've never actually been a horror kind of guy.
Didn't have hardly any knowledge on the game whatsoever, and the only thing that he did know was pretty much what he Googled. Didn't play a single night of the game, yet was uploading videos that were popping off about the game, which led a lot of people confused as to what the fuck he's even doing with this content. Why are you uploading content of something that you have absolutely no idea of? Which pissed a lot of people off, and also led Smike to go on and start playing the actual Five Nights at Freddy's game, where he uploaded the video titled Playing Five Nights at Freddy's Finally. This video has over 1 million views, showing that it was much overdue for what he was needed to do on the channel, and was glad he was finally able to get into there. But the FNAF content didn't stop there. After he started his entire playthrough of the original Five Nights at Freddy's game, he continued to make more FNAF related content and continued to pop off more and more and more, eventually somehow getting to 1 million subscribers on YouTube, making him one of the biggest FNAF creators out there at such a rapid pace. So you may be asking, what exactly was his content? Well, similar to XX Pro Class Gamer, nothing really special or anything different. Literally just a random guy sitting in his room talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. A majority of his videos are literally as titled right here. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 teaser, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 new teaser, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 another teaser, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 yet another teaser, new teaser, FNAF 4, Nightmare Springtrap, FNAF 4, FNAF 4 trailer analysis, FNAF 4 is out, FNAF 4 song, secret animatronics in FNAF, more secret animatronics. All of these videos I just mentioned were literally straight. There was not a single video in between any of these. Every single one of them was uploaded that exact moment. And not only was he also playing Five Nights at Freddy's, he was also still trying to keep Skyrim active on his channel by juggling some playthroughs of it to go along with his FNAF content. And I'm guessing that's just an homage to pretty much what put his channel on YouTube, which is basically Skyrim content, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. However, Smike would hit a pretty big bump in the road whenever he ended up having a couple of videos taken down due to copyright strikes. He mentioned in a video titled Videos Gone, where he basically described that his videos are getting taken down due to copyright strikes.
I had news for you guys. As you may have noticed, most of my FNAF videos are gone. So what happened is I actually had to delete them because I got some copyright strikes. Well, 4 videos got taken down, but for some reason it counted them as 2 copyright strikes. So I basically got 2 copyright strikes, and 4 videos got taken down. And if I had a 3rd copyright strike, my channel would have been deleted. I would have lost my channel completely. So I had to go and completely delete the videos. Not just put them private, but actually delete them completely so they can never come back. And that's the only way I could save my channel from dying, basically. But basically what happened is some artists weren't happy that I used their fan art in my videos, so they submitted a copyright claim. So even though I credited them in my description, they still weren't happy. So I guess they reported my videos, and I don't know. Honestly, there's not much to say. So whatever, I guess stuff happens and you just have to keep moving forward. But I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do at this point, if I'm gonna keep doing it.
These fans were getting pretty pissed off at him for not giving the credit they deserved, so they ended up reporting some of his videos to YouTube, and they gladly ended up taking some of his stuff down, going as far as to, like I said, 2 copyright strikes and being 1 strike away from literally having his entire channel deleted. However, from what you've heard in this video, Smike does not show any remorse whatsoever for his actions, and seems like he doesn't really care that a lot of people got pissed off as to what he was doing. He did admit that it was a little wrong for him to do that, but outside of that, it doesn't even look like he even gives a shit of the people that he offended. Smike was using a lot of different content in his thumbnails, which was definitely a big reason to his success, and crediting the people in the description just wasn't enough. And I could definitely understand some of these people for being agitated for not being properly credited for their fan art that they worked very hard on. From this, Smike ended up garnishing quite a bit of hate and even ended up losing subscribers. Not too much though, he still had over 1 million, but he was garnishing a lot of hate throughout his videos. A lot of people stopped watching him, and it's like he kind of left a lot of popularity. Some way or another, Smike must have gotten wind of this and ended up uploading a video titled My Public Apology. And in this video, he basically states that he is extremely sorry for taking some of these people's FNAF content and putting it in some of his videos without the proper credentials or actually crediting them in any of the videos.
To publicly apologize for using fan art in my videos without permission from the original artists. I now, looking back, realize that was very disrespectful. I didn't realize how agitating it must have felt for an artist to see that their art was being used in a video without permission. Crediting someone isn't enough. You have to actually get permission before you're able to use their work in a video. So I just wanted to say, I'm deeply sorry. I never had the intention to cause any agitation or any harm. I wish I could go back in time and fix it. Unfortunately, I can't. The best I can do is just apologize. Every single video that has fan art in it is completely gone, disappeared. So yeah, just don't be like me and think before you use someone's art in your videos or your merchandise or whatever it is. So yeah,
He even went as far as to apologizing to every single creator that he stole fan art from in his description. I'm not going to read all of these, but as you can see here, there's a good bit in here, and if I'd have to guess, probably a little over 100 different fan art that he ended up stealing. Now, this public apology is very different compared to the other ones out there. First of all, it's short and sweet. It's literally 1 minute and 30 seconds long, and only 45 seconds of the video is him apologizing. This apology really didn't feel very sincere to a lot of people. Can't tell if it's just the tone of his voice or just his monologue or his actions or his body movement. Something about this video just didn't seem quite quite sincere. And in here, he basically said that, hey, I messed up, I did wrong, so sorry, whatever. It felt like this video was just rushed, and he didn't actually want to make this apology video. The videos that he gotten taken down ended up staying down, but he did somehow manage to get the copyright strikes removed from his channel, the 2 of them that he had gotten, so I guess that was a positive for him, but the videos never ended up seeing the light of day. Again, not only this, any of the videos that he had stolen fan art on the thumbnails, he ended up changing those into something completely different. But despite this bump in the road and definitely getting called out for being a thief, Smike did not slow down whatsoever in any of his FNAF content, and if anything, just got right back on track. After this, he started playing more of Five Nights at Freddy's 4, the Halloween edition, started uploading more FNAF content, FNAF World, and just a bunch of other things related to Five Nights at Freddy's. He ended up kind of slowing down not long before the sister location release date, whenever his last video was titled Circus of the Dead Sister Location Song, which, if you didn't know, Smike also had made music with a different user named Tryhard Ninja. And finally, his last Five Nights at Freddy's video came out in 2017, titled The Real Inspiration Behind Five Nights at Freddy's. The video is just 4 minutes and 40 seconds long, but has 2.2 million views. Must have done something, but not quite enough, because not long after this, he ended up vanishing from YouTube altogether and social media. Nobody has seen or heard from Smike in a while. The next video he had uploaded was about a Skyrim video and then a Fallout video. And after that, he uploaded the video titled It's Happening, which is basically him talking about a different software company taking over to make one of his dream games. And then he finally uploaded the video titled I Played Scary Game. And that's it. The video was 3 years old, and we haven't heard or seen anything since. So you may be asking, what exactly was the cause for his demise or his departure on YouTube? Well, not long after the fan art incident had happened, there was a post that was uploaded on DeviantArt, which, if you're familiar with that, Smike was very big on there. He ended up making some of his own content on there, but this is primarily where he was stealing the fan art from. This article was titled Warning from Atlas White, and it was uploaded on January 2016, which was just 4 months after his public apology video had gone out. And in this article, it states, so do you remember Smike? Yeah, the YouTuber who made a lot of artists really upset by profiting off their hard work. He sent me this bogus contract to sign to use my FNAF fan art. Yeah? It literally just says, I get to use every piece of FNAF fan art you ever made or ever will make for free with nothing in return. If you were approached with such a contract, please be advised that it is what it says, and I urge you not to sign it. This guy makes a lot of money off his videos, and you aren't going to get a single penny off of there. He wants to make full rights of your work and take it away from you, meaning that he will literally own your art with nothing in return. I really want to make sure you understand this, and for heaven's sake, please don't let this slime ball take advantage of you. This was very low and very sleazy for a guy that just came out and publicly apologized, talking about how much it hurt him and how wrong it was. Please don't do anything that I do. Goes out and makes these bogus contracts where basically saying I get to use your content for free and you're not going to get anything out of it, and you also can't sue me or copyright me or anything or get me into any trouble for stealing your content. So go ahead and please sign away. Like, who on God's green earth would actually do that? I have no idea, but this guy basically came out and was just listing a public warning for anybody not to do this. And thank goodness that he did, because I feel like there was a lot of people that would have fallen for this trap, as a majority of FNAF's demographic is children. So I'd imagine Smike would want to take advantage of their art and just steal it from them like he already had done. Now, was this a direct cause for his departure from YouTube? No, but it definitely had a helping hand in it. He definitely ended up taking a pretty big blow from this, and he garnished a lot of more hate than what he had already had. So what exactly did Smike do after all this had happened? Well, he stopped uploading very frequently related to Five Nights at Freddy's. He ended up talking about Sister Location, covering every single teaser that had been released, and even made a whole song about it. But this was the second to last FNAF related video that he ended up posting, as after this he ended up going back to his old stomping grounds where he uploaded Skyrim content. His YouTube account changed from his definite known picture of the Skyrim Freddy hat to a bowl of cereal. His description for the channel is gone, and his Twitter account, which he used to be very active on, is also gone. All of his old tweets had been taken down. The only thing he hasn't taken down yet is his YouTube channel. So I don't know if Smike is ever going to return to YouTube. I don't know if it's in his to-do list or if he kind of just gave up on YouTube altogether. It doesn't make a lot of sense for him to want to leave outside of maybe personal reasons. And I say that because despite him getting all this hate and criticism, he was still racking up a lot of views and still had a pretty big passionate fan base. I mean, his channel has 1.57 million subscribers at this point, even literally 9 years after him pretty much stopping Five Nights at Freddy's content. So will we ever see a Smike return? Probably not. Do we know if he's good? I don't know. But we could still bask in the nostalgia of watching some of his more original videos, because while he was a very controversial topic to talk about, he still is very nostalgic for the original Five Nights at Freddy's game. So if you're watching this, Smike, thank you for all that, but what you did was downright dirty. Anyway, on to the next user. Now, this next user is titled Garrett Williamson. Huh? Oh, you don't know this person? Yes, actually, you do. Have you ever heard of a video titled How to Make Five Nights at Freddy's Not Scary? You do, yeah, because that's Garrett Williamson's video. Now, I'm not sure what his channel name was during this span of the Five Nights at Freddy's Not Scary's trilogy, but I do know now that's what his channel is called, and it seems like he had definitely been forgotten. Maybe not the videos themselves, but definitely the user. For those of you that live under a rock and has never seen How to Make Five Nights at Freddy's Not Scary, let me clue you in on some of these videos. The first of which was uploaded on August 27th, 2014, and it definitely blew up, and it caught him very much off guard. These videos are not very well edited, and it's honestly just a little childish in here, and anybody could do this. And as a matter of fact, the video is only 1 minute and 28 seconds, so it shows you how much effort was put into here. And despite that, it's still a pretty funny video, and it absolutely blew up, much like I said, much to Garrett's surprise. The video is basically just the Fnaf characters just talking in funny ways and saying funny stuff. Nothing really spectacular or anything mind-blowing, but the public definitely thought otherwise. This put Garrett's channel in the spotlight, so he ended up making another one titled How to Make Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Not Scary, the official sequel. And in here, he basically shows that he did not expect the success of the original one to pop off as much as it did. It got 52 million views right now, which is pretty freaking crazy, if we're being honest. Not because of a lack of effort, it's just, like I said, they're just childish videos that don't make a lot of sense. He would upload another video for the second one, and the third one, and even the fourth one, but that's pretty much where he would draw the line. Now, you may be asking, why did he only upload Fnaf videos like this? Well, unlike Smike, he does not want to be known as a Fnaf YouTuber. He didn't end up milking the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise to try to gain popularity or just make money off of it. He made these videos just for shits and giggles. In fact, he didn't even want it to blow up as much as it did. And whenever it did, it kind of disappointed him because he was making a lot of other content in the meantime, and a lot of people only wanted to see the Five Nights at Freddy's content. From the third video, you can kind of tell that he's getting kind of sick of making these videos, even though he ended up having two big YouTubers on there. He had Jacksepticeye in this video and even Blasphemous in here, which was pretty big, and they did a pretty good job in their voice acting. But you could just kind of tell from Garrett's monologue that he didn't really want to be doing this. The last straw was pretty much the fourth Five Nights at Freddy's video, where he made that one not scary, and he also titled it The Finale. Literally, the first 10 seconds of the video says everything about how Garrett feels about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Still don't know what you're doing here, but whatever. Please do not subscribe if you're here just for this or because you saw this one video. This will probably be the last Five Nights at Freddy's Not Scary I do. I highly suggest that if you guys like this video, you check out some of what I seriously consider far better, like these. They'll be at the end of the video too, don't worry. Enjoy anyway, or don't enjoy it. I'm really sorry if you didn't want this.
And if you watch this video, this is definitely the weaker link of all the videos that he made for how to make it not scary, as well, this video just doesn't make any sense. The first minute of it's not that bad, where he's actually talking to the characters, but then this happens.
Fix your teeth!
Oh boy.
Freddy's gone Super Saiyan.
Pizza, 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 pizza!
And Chica's gone insane.
What is going on?
Are these enough pizza jokes?
What the heck? Screw everything! Somebody better make a really good theory to explain this one.
The universe is imploding!
Oh my god!
Yeah, I have no idea what that is about. And I feel like if we asked Garrett, he wouldn't know either. But not only did he end up telling you to not watch this video or watch other of his content, he also went as far as to reading some of the hate comments that he got throughout his video.
It's time for Garrett to read some of the comments on this video. It took some YouTube comment decoding, but we managed to translate. This is nothing. A clickbait jerk who clearly wants all your money since he tries to get people to watch his videos with good quality and hardly ever makes Not Scaries, which would be vomiting money for him right now. Definitely a clickbaiter, no question. This isn't funny. Totally not like the third one. What is satire? I don't understand anything. Wow, Garrett, you are disappointing. I'm unsubscribing. Garrett, if you don't fix this, I'm gonna come to your house and kill you. Fnaf isn't scary. How dare you make a satirical part about us infuriated fanboys at the end?
While trying to simultaneously be funny about it, and it is pretty funny, not gonna lie, but you could definitely tell it was kind of getting under his skin. And the outro for his video basically says that this is it. We're not playing any more FNAF games. We're not making any more FNAF Not Scary. This is it, and you should check out my other content. I know I said the fourth one was the final one, but much like Garrett, I lied. He ended up making one more for Sister Location. And in this video, you guessed it, he told us that it was going to be the last Not Scary video, and he heavily advised that we go watch his other content, as it is much better than what we see in this video. And I'm not going to lie, this video is actually probably the better one. This is probably the best one we've gotten since the second one, as the third and the fourth Not Scary didn't seem like I had a lot of effort put into here. After this, he pretty much was done. A year later, he ended up uploading a video titled, I'm done with Not Scary videos. And I would show you, but there's a lot of music that he made from himself into here, and I don't want to put that in my videos. So if you want to watch it, just click on Garrett's channel. It wasn't until he uploaded yet another video titled, Why I Dislike My FNAF Not Scary Vids. And disclaimer, this video is 8 minutes and 39 seconds long. He does not mention anything of FNAF until 5 minutes and 40 seconds into the video. The first 5 minutes is just him and his fiance playing Mario Kart, literally with no mention of FNAF whatsoever. Come on, Garrett.
In that first moment when I made the video. Within a month later, I was not a fan. But like in that moment, I thought it was pretty funny. Otherwise, I wouldn't have posted it. Honestly though, the pizza part with Chica, like I get why it caught on. That made me laugh out loud the first time I watched that back. Like especially the one where it was like behind the door and it was muffled and you just hear him. I think I became more annoyed with Not Scary, not simply because of the videos, but because it was what got me the most views.
Right.
I think a lot of it was just based on the fact that it was like really, when I don't try at all, that's when it's a hit.
Yeah.
But I give it my all and it's not happening.
Right.
Which has been my life. Like
Right.
it legit has been my life. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the quality of the videos at all, but I think in retrospect, what really annoyed me about Not Scary more than anything was just the fact that it got huge and it wasn't something I had put my blood, sweat, and tears into.
Right.
Because if Not Scary had never been big, I especially never would have ever, pizza! I never would have done, I think, any videos beyond the first one, for starters. But I think I also wouldn't have any feelings against it. I would just think of it as something that I did at one point, if I even remembered it. But because it got huge, I kind of just got negative toward it.
His problem is that he puts a lot of hard effort into all of his other content, and it doesn't drive in nearly the same amount of views that his Not Scary videos does, and that absolutely bothers him. And I cannot blame him for that whatsoever, and it is a very true statement. As a YouTuber, some of the content that you think is going to be a banger ends up being a dud, but the stuff that you don't expect to be good ends up blowing up out of nowhere. I can honestly say for myself that I have videos that I didn't expect to blow up as much as they did and have over 100,000 views right now. And then there are some videos that I expected to have over 100,000 views and aren't even scratching the surface of that. YouTube is weird, and the algorithm is very weird too, and he hates the fact that his name is tied in to how to make Five Nights at Freddy's Not Scary. But he also mentions that he's very thankful that it happened because he's still getting paid for those videos every single month, and it absolutely put him on the channel. He also mentioned that if it wasn't for that original video blowing up, he probably wouldn't have even have made any YouTube content whatsoever. It would have moved on to something different in his life. So while he does have a little displeasure with it, there is a lot of good that came out of how to make Five Nights at Freddy's Not Scary. So what did Garrett do after this? Well, he primarily stuck to music. He was a big fan of making his own music and was pretty good at it. A lot of his songs are really good. If anything, his songs are better than the How to Make Five Nights at Freddy's Not Scary videos. So I definitely recommend you check them out. And after this, he was also making a lot of content or just among different Nintendo games, Sonic games, vice versa. He goes live on Twitch very frequently, or did go live very frequently. His last video he ever uploaded was 3 years ago, and it's titled, "I'm Quitting This Channel, but Not Without a Bang." And basically in this video, he talks about what had been going on in his life leading up to this video, how he had gotten married and became a full-time musician and music producer for video game music and different montage things altogether, and how YouTube definitely changed his life, and how he does enjoy the fact that Five Nights at Freddy's Not Scary blew up and put him in the position that he's in right now. But he would be focusing on basically his music career full-time compared to any YouTube videos whatsoever. It has been 3 years since this video has came out, so it's safe to say that he really did mean it when he said he was quitting YouTube compared to a lot of other people that ended up saying that just to get views. This was not one of those people. He also reiterated his distaste in the fact that the videos that he puts no effort in, the Five Nights at Freddy's videos, blow up, but the videos that he put his blood, sweat, and tears in don't even hardly get any views whatsoever. And that's also a big reason as to why he was leaving this platform. But good for Garrett no matter what. I'm happy that his music career has taken off. He definitely getting some Joji vibes, only was on YouTube, had to find a way into the music industry, and the only way to do that was to do something he did not want to do whatsoever. And that was make Five Nights at Freddy's content. So thumbs up to him, man. Shout out to you and shout out to Success for getting to where you want in life, and I'm very happy for Garrett. Wow, this video was pretty long, a 30-minute video, but there was a lot to discuss in this video. I have a feeling there's a couple other FNAF content creators that have been forgotten. I have some at the top of my mind that I can't remember the name of, but I'm sure I'll find in a later video. And I will dive deeper into some of the people that I mentioned in this video in a whole separate one. That way we can pretty much get every detail and it's not crammed together all in one video. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, comment down below some of the nostalgic FNAF creators that you remember, or if there's any other ones that I didn't mention in this video that you seem to remember. I'm hoping to make another video off of this. I'm hoping I can find enough content creators to make a second video off of this one, because like I said, I have a lot that I remember off the top of my head, but I don't remember their names for the life of me. And also consider subscribing if you haven't already. I appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. I love all y'all to death, and I will see